Friday. Shh. Shh. You want to go slow. You want to really have a good weekend. Get out a book, go very slow, and notice anything you could for 1 hour. Okay? Write it down. You're not allowed to complain about anything. Write it down. Now take that book and just keep it in your pocket or somewhere. And when you're bored and have nothing to do, look back at what you wrote. And you might want to write something else. And that might happen more than once over the weekend. Therefore, fulfilling with all your empty spaces, with the desire just to remember to take out that note and to write something down, that your whole weekend will be filled with something that comes from the heart of the mind, within, not from a piece of equipment, not from going somewhere, but filling all your empty time with something that you wrote because of something you thought in time. Would you like to be back to back facing each other? What would we actually need? We would need the circle of life. So bring on the cats, okay? Because they are the circle of life that comes with the bone. Bring on the cats. They have the circle of life that comes with the bone. We spoke about strikes. We spoke about back to back. Here it is back to back. See this person? See this person? He's looking towards one way. See this person's looking the other way. When I move them, they're looking straight forward. It looks like Chinese mustache. But what are these? These are the reserves, okay? If you want, you can say it's from a female. It could be the rotaris or whatever you want to call it, okay? Or these are number 4, C4, 3 and 4, the prism of the mind. And guess what? You see, don't forget, if we're a vibration, everything goes through strands, okay? But if everything was in a pocket, okay, that's the way I talk. This is a mirror, and these are mirrors. I can see on this side in the mirrors. You see the way the number 4 comes out over here? If I connect with this, it'll be number 4. And on this side are the mirrors. Back to back, because he's facing this way, seen the mirror, okay? And he's just seen his own face. But they both think they see each other. And they talk to each other, the long strands inside the reserves. Now, if this was a reserve, which means in bowling, a reserve is 10 plus the next throw. So the next throw would be maximum 9, or, okay, minimum 9, or because you have 2 throws, a 5 and a 4. Okay, you're the sun, you get a 5 and a 4, or you get a 5 and a 5. You either get the 19 or you get the 20. If you get the 19, you are what is inside where the moon is, the moon haven. This is the female. If it was a male, it would be the 50. Why? What is all this? Because this point over here on the dartboard gives you 50 points. It's the red zone in which you end up in here through the hole, because your dart went through the part and went through the hole. It broke the fabric. So you go over here, all of a sudden you get 69. The female is number 19, but because the shaft is inside and there's a surrounding green wall, the green wall is valued at 25. The female becomes 44 or 45. TY as in 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, which is 45 the fox. Y again, S, J and I. 19 is the moon. 3 and 4, the prism and the mind, the 3 and 4. That says the female has to be number 34 also, because she creates the 3 and 4 right here. The prism and the area where to live within Mars moons, 4 and 9 again. She becomes number 44. That would be the age or the term of presidency, the 44th. This one is the 45th. Bring 19 and 20 together, it's S and T. Bring 18 and 21 together. We didn't do that one, right? R-U-S-T, the word, which is like a butterfly because it comes from a caterpillar and knows that's what the color is, the rusty orange. Rust is the 7th inning stretch. R-U, Nibiru, part of the 7th inning stretch, and the Taurus to go inside of the 7th gate. Okay? So whatever they would get, now you would say, since it becomes the 7th gate, the 8th of the 9th birth, you can play all these numbers over here for what goes between the Taurus. I like that word. Then over here, it's your X and your Y. Y becomes your X and your Y because X is number 24. 24 becomes 20 plus 24. It doesn't matter how you get it. Here's your 44. 20 and 24 if you want to count it, because you count down, you count up. Brings your X and Y, 49. 49 says eternal, and again, 49 becomes Pluto. 94 becomes Uranus, if the number count, and number 4 becomes Mars. What do you get? 36 creation, 13 equals 49 one more time. 9 times 4, 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4 is 14, is 13. So now you see the woman. Now the man is 50, because when you get the red dart and darts, you get 50. The outside is the green, so man is now 75. 5 and 7, 7 and 5. The woman is now 44 and 45. She become 89 with the total of the two. The man would be 150. Did you understand why? And it's S and T. Bring on the saints. Bring on the artificial intelligence into the 20 world. TY. 44. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is the PH world, created somewhere in the Middle East. What else did I want to say? And I think I said it before. The word yes. Does anybody say yes? I do. I don't see it. There it is. It's an E-world yes. Okay? The question to the electronic world, what is the yes for? Okay? Otherwise you look into the I. Okay? The harmonica, splitting rabbit ends, angel resident of H world, the split world. The wind blows in and the wind blows out. There's a possibility in the other world it just goes in and it comes out the other end, making you live. The wind of the harmonica. To break up the day in parts, 4 hours, 6 times. 3 hours, 8 times. 2 hours, 12 times. Is there any other ways? Yes, there can be. 8 by 3.5 makes you are the moon. 6 by 4.5 makes 27. You are the red moon. So now you're a female. 6 by, what was this again? 8 by 3 is 24. Oh, a half, yes. 2.5 by 12 is 30. Now you're all the eggs. O and O. 12, 15, 19 becomes the moon. 26 becomes the dog. 19 and 26 becomes right now. New York to B&O rail. It's happening right now. I see it. We spoke about the spare. You see, we get the woman 2 numbers here, right? But man, he had a 0 on his next shot. Why? Because he was the father. He gets a strike. He has to take his mushroom cap and shove it right over here to get it inside the reserve. The reserve is the crack. It is the spare. It looks like this, or it is the crack, the walls. One is the spare, one is the X. The crack makes the Y, becomes X and Y, and now you go bowling with number 49. Pluto and Mars. Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because I've seen it all over the place. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Is this video is done? It's never done. You know what that is, right? Here's the opening, and there's the opening. Okay? This one comes from the front, this one comes from... No, I'm not talking about the body. Here's the butterfly. Got to stop this video. The Mayan year, when they said it was the end of the year 2012, if you didn't see it anywhere else, I'm going to explain to you partly of what they said. If the Mayan periods are 5,125 for Jack, 26 for the dog, 5126 minus the calendar induction when it became valid at 3114 BC, in which equals to 2012. Okay, plus let me write this down. 3114 from 5126 is, this is the Mayan number, 5126. This is BC. This is BC. What year does it come out to? It comes out to this. But it's wrong. This is the house we're in. Man is not valued at anything in time. AC/DC on the piano, you only meet at number 28. What does it say? 3114 from 5128. Let me make that correction. The correction comes over here. 2014 is the time, not the time they said. It wasn't 2012. When we came here, Jesus did not start at 0. He didn't start at 0. You see the 007? Because of the 8, it's 007. It's the 8 that is the 00. They're so close together, it's the 8 because it's between right here. Here's your 8. So now how do we figure out the month? Well, look, it says right here. 2000 millennium in the 10th month of the 4th day. Why? Because that's when the horn is sound. This year, in the 2014 Hebrew Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, October 4th is I think is the Yom Kippur where we blow the horn just one time. And I think it's just after a Shabbos. The closing on the entry of man into this world has to be on the Shabbos celebration. Is it the first day of the first week of God when God sat down and he had Shabbos? We lived his next day forever. That's what it means. Do you want to turn this upside down? Let's see what it does just for the hell of it. We do know there's Hellman's mayonnaise and French's mustard. Now this, upside down, actually sideways, actually shows a J. A J, an O, an I, and a B. Joie. It says happy. Because the 1 is an I letter. I always use Roman numerals 1 for 9. 0 is always the 0 letter, and everywhere you go with 0, okay, the fleece of snow was white to follow. Or you can go H, which is 81 Venus. Okay, I'm not sure. This would be 62 or 65. Venus calling on the dogs. Actually, Venus calling on the wolves. Maybe the Wolverines. I don't know what it means. But anyways, oh my God, I've been noticing so much lately. I've been seeing so clear, but I don't like to say that I'm seeing that clear. Do you know why? Because if I start seeing less clear, I'm going to be upset that I saw so clear before, so I like to pretend that I don't see anything at all. I just want to feel all the way down at the bottom so I can look at everybody up there, and just knowing everybody's above me, I know there's a lot less work to do, and just being down here and being one of the very few, therefore everybody will always step on me, have to notice me, what's going on, and therefore maybe the reflection, the mirror, the element will emanate. Anyways, oh my God. Is it happening for you? Are you not seeing one coincidence after the next? This is the butterfly effect. Don't you remember the movie The Butterfly? Every time he started to feel like a butterfly, he was vibrating, he was emanating, he used to turn into a different world. The caterpillar into a different world. Are you seeing coincidences? Almost like your water broke and now the contractions are closer and closer? Well, that's what it feels like. The contractions are closer and closer. But let me tell you one thing. Feels good. I feel that vibration. Oh my God, it feels so good. Oh my God, as much as I want it to be so real, I can't tell you why, because obviously you know this world is, and I can't stand it, living in this world so long. And it's not that it's so bad for me, but I know it. It's hard to feel how bad it is for other people. I really, really seriously cannot feel what you feel. I don't. I see it, and I make myself believe as bad as I can believe it is, so I can try and understand, because only when I understand will I ever know what we need to do together to make up for the difference of what's going on, and why evolution of the mind and what we need must always stay in front of evolution than anything else, because it's us wanting to be together that will be able to melt the universe as we go through these wormholes. As they grew the United States and stuff, the plants grew and the trees grew into the ground. The underwater ravines and rivers that they dig for oil right now have always been there. They've been planted in those areas. They know exactly where it is. They had to put the shrubs and the houses and everything over to sew the Earth's islands together. We were built on moving rivers, and Bruce Springsteen sings about it. And they talk about it in the movie Alcatraz, that we're on moving rivers. And they talk about that this world is always moving, as in space around the sun. And we're always moving, so how come the islands aren't moving? And how come the bridges stick to the other side? How strong are they with all the traffic we drive over? Things stick together because the trees have rooted them together. And now they're falling apart. The islands of Avatar are returning to their homeland. They must move us in certain regions or lose us. They need to melt the universe. We need to create the wormholes in order for the ice on the outside to protect what is on the inside, making larger and smaller bubbles between each area of ice will stop the universe from collapsing the worlds we are in. So that's one of the things I think that's going on. And it's based on size. Don't forget, I believe the universe is a fast full flow, which is completely forward. And anybody knows if you dump everything out of a bottle, or especially around coffee cup, if the cup was bigger, you'd have to wait 1, 2, 3 before all of it comes out. As when you turn over the coffee cup, it all comes out because it's not big enough. So, but you see it retarded. It must all come out in a hole, and if everything comes out in a hole and nothing is retained, okay, it'll all come down and stay almost in the same form, okay, unless, well, the air, whatever design, you know what I'm saying? So, the outside of the universe is like the McDonald's cup. You have the sponge that's in between, and we go through all these wormholes, and the sun always follows this same pattern, and we follow it, and it's huge. I mean, how would you like to be able to take care of all the stars in the total solar system? They take care of themselves. They collect gases, whatever burns out recycles, and it sends it back, and these stars keep burning off holes in the universe so we can pass through it. Imagine if we had to light up the entire universe ourselves. A certain part is naturally lit, forever and ever, burning and blowing up in its own gases, and the only thing that happens is it just recycles itself, because by the time it reaches a certain distance, it is frozen in the air and no longer can go into any other galaxy unless we, artificial intelligence, move in on it and destroy the natural cycle of the universe. But I don't think you want to be playing with it. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Genesis. In the constellation of Genesis, did you see that error? Oh my God, that's something new. Finland, or that one of those things for the purpose, they're in the finals in hockey. Ice hockey, 2 sticks. I can't bring the sticks together like this because the ends of the sticks are going to stop. Try and take 2 sticks and put one like this and see what happens when you do this or this, like the scissors effect. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus, and I believe we even rotate the holes of the ice. Why? In order to bring in new air, recycled air all the time from the outside of the universe. You move one of the pipes or have a ventilator, always bringing in new air. You want to get rid of all the fog in this world? Well, open the door. Our Earth is no bigger than the pencil tip. Now, you tell me the answer. You tell me the answer. In fact, you don't have to tell me anything. Tell yourself the answer. If our world is this big, okay, compared to the universe, you tell me how much larger is the fog. It's not. If the fog is taking up 10% of our atmosphere, and it's not. What happens if we opened up one window in the icy Caldrion? I like to say that. Chandelean, Caldrion, the secondary in the icy universe. Between Earth and the universe is Chandelean. Oh my God. Is it real? Is it true? Am I just saying that? Why am I saying it? Chandelean in the icy universe. I have to look in before man. Oh my God. 8, 5, and 3. Oh my God, F, G, and H, 8, 5, and 3. 3 plus 5 is the 8. It's also a marking that comes out of the what's that circle? The Fibonacci. Oh my God, 8, 5, and 3 comes right out of the Fibonacci. Don't you know? 8, 5, and 3 comes out of Fibonacci. I think there's 4 or 5 numbers in Fibonacci that are right in Chandelean. Maybe it's coming out from the inside of the seashell. How many seashells can she sell? Chandelean inside the seashell? Or is Chandelean inside the Fibonacci? Oh my God, where am I? Why did I say Chandelean? Oh my God. So all they do is you want to see how you get rid of all the fog in this entire world across the globe? Like blowing the brew off your beer. By washing your hair out in the shower. That's how easy they can take away and refresh all our air. Take away the old, well, the clouds are different. That's more like bleeding a new system, because if you take anything out too fast, you know what happens. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. We spoke a lot. We spoke also about the 8 between 007, because 7007. 8 lives in between. It's the rotation of Neptune in your skull, 7007. The digital time, 787. If 787, this would be 060. Did I leave out any planets? We showed this. We showed the ear. The earlobes, 24 and 25. Same things we had over here. What else did I want to do? Is that a triple-decker sandwich? Well, that line in between would be a piece of bread. This would be something. This would be something. You'd be saying like 13. 1327. You know what that says in numbers, 1327? Win a Big Mac. 1 and 3 is 13th letter. Okay? In fact, it's written orange sun, win a Big Mac, because 1 and 3 is the 13th letter. It's M, and it's A, and it's C, says Mac. Big is 2 and 7. It's almost like beg, but it's big. And it's win a big red dog. And somehow Chandelean may be this part over here. Might be the Chandelean, the split or something, rotation. I'd have to check that out. But I took up enough of your time, and the time is all we have. Let's use it right. And let's use it all up. Raphael, thank you for watching.